afternoon. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirt Hippie channel. I'm Jenny, and we're gonna do a sort of a roundup this week. It is sunny right now for the next few minutes, and I'm sure that it will be raining again in a couple minutes. I don't know what is going on with the weather. It has been raining all week, off and on, so I really didn't get a ton of garden projects done, so I'm sorry about that. But I did manage to get the arbor over the gate, which you can see right there. The verticals and the top on, and I clipped the fence, the piece of fence that I recovered from up the hill, and I clipped it to size, and it now loops over the top. You can see it, and it's really cattywampus because it was smashed, and I did the best I could to straighten it, but it's raining again, so I'm not really gonna have an opportunity to work on the gate anymore today, but this is what I got done this weekend. And it's all recycled materials, including the wire that goes over the top. That's an old fence piece, and when I show you up close, you'll probably all laugh because it's I couldn't straighten it out very well, so I did the best I could, but you can tell it's a reused piece of fencing. It's okay. Everything is fine. It will soon be covered up, though. I this week have taken some time to try and figure out exactly what I wanted to go on the sunny side of that arbor. So I was debating whether I wanted to do a climbing rose, which I love, or a native honeysuckle. And in keeping with the bird theme and trying to feed the birds, I decided to go with the native honeysuckle. So this is it. It has very long climbers already. It came off of its stake. But anyhow, so that will be going in the sunny side of the gate, the planter box. And I don't know yet what I'm going to put on the other side. It's less critical because whatever I put there doesn't need to climb. So it doesn't need the time to, get established and everything. So that was one thing that got completed. I did harvest this week. So all total, my harvest from the radishes, I've gotten about a pound of radishes so far, and I reseeded those. And then we've gotten about 12 ounces of lettuce so far. And I just continue to come out here and pick when we need it to make salads. And the lettuces are going crazy right now. So we will have lettuce for a while. It's the cut and come again, 3 different types of lettuces. So other than that, we're not harvesting anything. The flowers are about to pop on the raspberries, but haven't quite yet. Some of the strawberries are flowering, but I don't expect a huge harvest. They just went in this year. And other things are coming up. The meadow flowers are starting to come up, which you can't see because of the railings in the way, but they are popping right now. And I don't know exactly what's coming up because they're all just very tiny little seeds. They just sprouted. They don't even have true leaves on them, so I can't tell exactly what these things are. I think a lot of them are sunflowers, which is great, but I'm hoping that I get, some of the borage and calendula and all the other things that should be coming up. So yeah, we'll see what comes up in that meadow, but I did have a lot of great germination from the seeds, which was surprising because those seeds were actually pretty old. Like some of them were several years old, so that was great. What else? There's not really a whole lot else to tell you because the weather's been so crummy and we just haven't had a chance to get out here and do anything. So I had a completely different ending to this video and decided to delay it because I knew that I could get the garden gate finished if I just had one more day of nice weather. We just got hammered with rain and wind, and it's been really tough to work on this gate. So just to back it up a little bit, I needed to redo the gate because it was hinging on one of my T-posts and it just wobbled every time I opened the gate, which it's not a huge deal, it just bothered me. So I wanted to make a gate, like a proper gate. So I decided to do a gate with beds on either side. So let me show you, I'm going to take you on a complete tour of the new garden gate. So here we go. Okay, so this is the new gate. Still has some work, you know, around the front, and I think I'm going to be putting some, like a bed here, like an introduction bed and everything, because this is the walkway right in front of the fence, and this is where the strawberries went in, and we have a rogue stone that just sort of, I don't know where that went from. Anyway, so this is, you know, cucumbers and strawberries and all sorts of things in there. And then the walkway continues around here to the new gate. These boxes are actually kind of small. They're only about 2.5 feet wide by about 1.5 this way. They're pretty deep. They're, I think, 2 feet deep, maybe a little longer. It's just sort of whatever wood I had, and I built them. It's all scrap. Everything is recycled from, you know, old fence boards and other things. Every bit of it is scrap. Even the soil that went in here, it was scrap. So I put actually two, there's cinder blocks on the bottom to sort of weight them down because they're open on the bottom. So I wanted something to make sure it didn't fall over or anything. And then I filled them with soil, fill dirt from the step that I created in there. I'll show you that in a minute. The only thing that was new was compost, which was a bag that I had used for this year's, some of this year's seedlings. So it was already here. I did not purchase any of the materials. All of it is repurposed, including this cattywampus piece of fence. I pulled this from up top. You might remember that I'm gonna be working on that area next. I disassembled one piece of the fencing that exists up there because it had been smashed. And this is the result. I just put it over top of this little trellis here. You can see it is not straight by any means. I tried to straighten it as best I could, but you know, this is gonna grow up next to it. And I went with a native honeysuckle to keep with my theme of feeding the birds. This is the sunnier side of the fence, and believe it or not, just a couple feet away is a shadier side. So I put an American groundnut here. That's what this is. And this also will climb up. It does flowers, real pretty, and it will climb up as well. It's just getting started. I got it last year, and it laid in a pot for a while. It was a little bit too small to put anywhere. So those two things will climb up over the archway. And then I redid the gate, so now it is straight. It doesn't move when I open it, and it opens all the way. So you just kind of step up. And then I had to build another step up to get into the garden. So there we go. This is the new entryway to the garden. Now I'll turn around, and we still need a latch, but the gate is, it's awesome. I'm super excited about it, and I finally finished it. So it goes both ways. So anyway, this is the garden gate, and it's just a really nice entrance to the terrace beds. So that's it. My video was late again this week, but it was really because I wanted to show you this gate finished, and because I had shown you the start of it, and I really wanted to make sure that you saw the finished part. I'm really excited about it. It makes me happy. I love that it's not straight. I love that everything about it is messed up, because that's the way my whole garden is. As you know, I hate straight lines. It is sturdy, it's just not straight. This week I thinned the carrots, replanted the radish seed, so I'll get a second cropping in the same spot. They're sharing space with some spinach right now, so they seem to be doing fine up there, so I just planted right in the same spot. Everything else, you know, seems to be holding its own. My peppers are still okay. My squashes still look okay. Although a little bit beaten, we did have some hail here and it did damage some of my squashes in particular and some of the peppers. The tomatoes seem to be okay. They got a little bit of damage, but it seems like most of it hit the peppers and the squash. But other than that, I think we're still okay. Yeah, and we just, I need to trellis the peas. I probably should have done that a while ago. I haven't done it yet. I need to make trellises for the tomatoes. They are they're standing up straight right now. Got one that's kind of leaning over, but other than that, it's, you know, it'll be fine. I'm gonna work on that hopefully this week if I can find some fencing material and at least get started on it. Hope you're having a wonderful week outside. It's really windy still. It's been like this for the last week. The wind has been crazy. I hope that you've been able to enjoy your gardens. And with that, I'll catch you outside.